Hello and welcome to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon. Let's just get in.
My name is Logan Khan. Remember it from this day forth. Do not turn to outsiders to solve this plight. I and I alone will clear away the disaster that has befallen the dazzling city.
All of Heiyue shall now know you by the prestigious name of Lagun Khan, the Conqueror, ruler of all, whose every command we shall follow, a great man to guide us, our mighty tyrant.
I resolutely accept this mantle. As I am yet young, I will no doubt require much assistance.
However, I have no intention of lingering on details and minutiae. Simply still your tongues and follow me! My lord!
Damn it! I was too late.
Thank the goddess. You're all safe. Please, live. Give meaning to the fact that you were brought into this world.
Don't give me that crap! What's the point if you just die instead?
That uncle of mine and the rest of your family are a cruel lot. If no one else will, allow me to be your ally.
You monster! Ah!
He was right. I'm nothing more than a monster. It would be best if the provincial army dealt with me.
Thank goodness I made it in time. You need not worry any longer, lad.
Who are you?
Well, this is probably it for us. The Bernard brothers, Gold Lion Nuago, and Old Shadow Hunter have all been taken out. Huh. Wonder what these guys' deal is. The Pyromaniac and the young swordsman are seriously bad news.
The armored woman is rather impressive as well. Though I find that bob-haired boy who goes around taunting everyone quite insufferable. Kruger, you took a direct hit from one of his attacks earlier. Are you all right?
I'll be fine. The tendon is still intact. More importantly, it is only a matter of time before they arrive. It is highly likely our end is near. Should we not at least come up with a plan to take them down with us?
Yes, I suppose you're right. I've long been prepared for the end, given the trade we're involved with. Come to think of it, though, this is a good opportunity for you. Why not take advantage of this whole mess and leave this life behind? You don't have any need for loyalty to an organization that only calls you by an alias, refusing to even give you a name.
The Severing Eclipse, yeah? I'm told it's meant to evoke the idea of a messenger of death or something like that. Bosses were always stubborn, so caught up on these dumb generational titles, they didn't realize what a pain it is to leave someone nameless.
I've never considered it an inconvenience myself. But that aside, what happened to the Masters. If they took command of the remaining members, we might have a chance.
That may very well be true. Perhaps they've simply given up at this point. It's rather disappointing that the three most elite members of a famous clan of assassins have done next to nothing this whole time.
Oh, them? They turned tail and ran.
What?
Yes. Earlier this morning, right after they told me to hang back and fight till every last one of us was dead. Though right about now, I'm willing to bet all three of them are on their way to meet the goddess.
Elroy, did you?
Guilty. I had a fresh new batch of poison whipped up, and it seemed like the perfect occasion to give it a try. I went and laced some of their favorite things with just enough so as not to draw any attention. A neurotoxin, harmless to anyone else who touches it. But when it comes into contact with oil from the target's skin, it slowly vaporizes. And by the time you realize something's wrong with your central nervous system, it's already too late to stop the imminent respiratory failure.
What have you done?
Oh, you're as awful as ever, aren't you? Come to think of it, I suppose that would make you the highest-ranking member the Order has left, no? Now it all makes sense.
That's right. As its new leader, I've decided the Order of the Moonlight Horse will surrender completely to Ouroboros. They may be newcomers, only 10 or so years under their belt, but how long an organization's been around isn't always a good measure of its merit. That said, we'll only surrender after we've stuck it out long enough to make it clear just how much we're worth. We do that, and it makes sense for them to give us special treatment afterward.
Are you really so sure it'll go so smoothly? Still, why not? I'll see where this takes me.
Time to decide, Kruger. You can either try and get revenge for your fallen masters, or you can set all that aside and follow my lead. Maybe one day you'll actually be able to make your own decisions, but for now I'll give you a break and whittle it down to the two options.
Oh dear. Yet another unreasonable choice, is it?
What you guys up to? You sure seem like you're having fun.
Not now, Mel. I told you to stay out of this, didn't I?
There are a lot of dangerous people on the way, so be a good boy and go play with the other children.
Aw, come on! How come you guys get to have all the fun, huh? I'm pretty good with a knife, you know. Kruger's even complimented me on it before, haven't you?
That was...
I went and put out Uncle Elroy's new poison for him, and I know how to use Red Cease distractions, too. See? I can help, right?
Oh dear. Perhaps it wasn't the best idea to give in to all your pleading after all.
Oh, what the hell? Sure, come along with us. I'll even overlook the fact you snuck into my lab. Right then, what do you all say we go get everyone together and have ourselves some fun? One last curtain call for the Order of the Moonlight Horse, our beloved piece of shit home.
My word. Isn't it simply exquisite? It would appear to be from the age of animism, well before even the Great Collapse. And the fact that no diagnostic device can even begin to analyze it. Oh my, it's just so fascinating. I'm practically giddy.
There he goes again. Once he gets started, nothing can shut this guy up. Anyways, seems like this one's different from the statue over in Nord, yeah? That one was a lot bigger, but it didn't seem like it had anything inside.
Very true. Even when we scanned it, it didn't appear to have anything to hide. However, I actually found the fact that there was nothing there to be rather suspicious in and of itself. Incidentally, there's another statue about the same size on an uninhabited island off the coast of Ordis.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Never seen it for myself, though. Either way, I guess that means there's definitely some difference between this one and the two of those. Given that this one's impossible to analyze, well, it's just like an artifact in that regard.
Indeed. However, despite that, it still doesn't neatly fit the definition of an artifact. This Titan may have completed its objective, or perhaps was unable to complete it and then simply fell dormant. It really makes the heart stir to imagine all the exciting possibilities, doesn't it?
Well, looking at the thing, it does seem like it might have been quite the sight back in its prime. I definitely would have killed for a toy like this when I was a kid. Seriously, though, what the heck is this thing? The villagers nearby seem to revere it, though. How'd you get them to agree to let us take it?
Easily enough. The local vicar helped me convince everyone that we'll be taking very good care of it. I was glad to find him a very reasonable man. Pointless interchurch disagreements are, unfortunately, all too common in our line of work.
You could say that again. I've lost count on how many times I've wished the Congregation for Divine Worship would just let us do our jobs already. But all that aside, they made the right call to have us take care of it once things started to get suspicious here. It also lowers the risk of these cult freaks getting their grubby hands on it, since apparently they don't know when to quit.
So, it's the heretic hunter and the partitioner.
You took our brethren from us, and we're going to avenge them right here, right now.
And then the statue will be ours. Maybe it'll even grant us the power to bring down the goddess.
Getting a bit ahead of yourself there, don't you think, pal?
I'd certainly say so. Well then, how about we take care of our secondary mission while we have the opportunity? Completing last year's eradication operation by eliminating the remnants of the DG cult.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Better not underestimate us.
Bow down before true wisdom.
I'll send him a message. Like hell you're getting in here! Oh, hey! Didn't see you guys there.
Where'd they go? No way!
That pilot's a madman!
Adieu. Sorry, but I'm afraid I can't do things the way he did. I would have liked to go toe-to-toe with him if you were here. But I guess there must have been some pact behind the scenes. If that's how it's going to be, then I'll just have to finish things up. All hands, listen up! We're going to target that giant airship! Ready parachutes for evac! I'll need you to hang in there with me to the last second. Then make sure you get out of here in one piece.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am!
I can't believe you'd have the audacity to propose such a thing, Gerhard. Were you not satisfied by all the orbital tanks you've made? Or the new line of heavy tanks you're already developing?
You've no grounds to criticize me for that, Russell. Or are you going to claim you weren't the first one to militarize airships? What's more, I'm told you're working with the Foundation on your own radical new airship design. Not that I expect it to amount to much.
Professor Russell, Professor Schmidt, please let us get back to the matter at hand. I'm sure both your countries have their reasons, but this is neither the time nor the place for such things.
Agreed. It's important that we discuss these matters from a place of understanding, or rather from a place of wisdom. Otherwise, we risk finding ourselves at the mercy of an increasingly tempestuous world.
Yes, we mustn't lose sight of the most important thing here. Humanity as a whole. Just as the stars shift about the heavens, so too do the hearts of men. The foundation we sit upon will always remain the same.
Ah, yes, you're both right. No matter how much technology may evolve, we must never forget that its ultimate goal is in service to humanity.
On that, at least, we agree. However, the technological singularity will arrive before long. Though it's not ready for practical application just yet, orbital computation is clearly one of the fastest developing fields in technology right now.
On top of that, networking technology will undoubtedly begin to connect cities and even the entire continent. When that happens, it will change not only society, but how people live. All the more reason we need to be clear on the purpose behind our work.
I agree. I'm sure there will come a time when we'll have to ask ourselves all over again. What is man?
An important question. Not only from a philosophical perspective, but also from a socio-political one. I suggest we revisit the topic this afternoon.
What utter foolishness! Why can't you see that shackling yourselves to such tepid ideas will only hinder true progress? The singularity. We've no need to sit here wringing our hands over it. What we should be doing is hastening its arrival. The artificial intelligence born from such potential could easily evolve on its own to reach a level of knowledge on par with the goddess. And if we humans are swallowed up by it, that simply means we were never worthy in the first place, now doesn't it?
What are you saying?
How dare you?
You certainly have some interesting insights. Just who are you?
Fine then. Continue your pointless discussion. Talk all you like. Everything will play out just as Professor Epstein intended. Until you realize that, you'll just be going around in circles.
And who might you be?
Those may have been the first Zemurian words I ever heard. Rufina Argent. Although she wasn't a Dominion, she was still a knight of the Gralsviter trusted deeply by Her Holiness, my grandmother. Supposedly, she found me in the middle of the wilderness on the outskirts of Zemuria when I was about 4 years old.
Where are you?
At the time, I was apparently speaking words completely alien from any heard in Zemuria. Although now, I can't recall anything from back then myself. Maybe whatever role, whatever identity I had before was completed and overwritten once my role in this world was defined. Rufina took me home with her to the holy city of Arteria, where I was introduced to the woman I'd come to think of as my grandmother, Pope Orestes. I was just a little girl, only able to speak in tongues. Yet, she seemed to understand everything, and took me under her wing. It was written a final saint would appear just before the end times, though only in an apocrypha known as the Hidden Book of Arict. I'm still not completely certain whether I am this person, but it was clear that it was to be a girl who would appear from beyond Zemuria. I spent most of my childhood in the Tranquil Gardens, the holy courtyard of the Papal Palace, located in the rear of the Grand Cathedral. Though I was kept a secret, there were several people who came to visit me. Some, I could tell, did so with ill intent. I spent roughly 10 years there, under the guidance of my grandmother and others. It would seem that even as a young girl, I never had much of a sense of who I was. I learned the Zemurian language quickly, and would respond to others with whatever words and demeanor they most wanted to hear. To some, this was all the proof they needed that I was the saint, seeing such an ability as being perfectly suited to the role. However, grandmother, Rufina, and Rufina's friend all seemed to think otherwise. When I was 8 years old, I suddenly manifested a power that had been lying dormant in me, the Akashic Eye. Silvery irises said to be held by the final saint. The first thing those eyes showed me was Rufina hugging a young boy I'd never seen before, smiling lightly as she passed away. I screamed and lost consciousness. When I awoke, grandmother was there tending to me. She informed me then that Rufina had met her tragic end. It was at that point that I decided I would fulfill the role as saint that had been laid out for me. Not necessarily because of this power that I now held, but because I wanted to believe there was some important meaning behind Rufina finding me that day. So, with the informal authority the role granted me, I started to gather intel at the age of 10. I was given free rein to mobilize the Papal Guard's Iscariot unit, so I deployed them across the continent. Using my eyes, I would scan the information they would bring me, looking closely for signs of the end. Liberl, Crossbell, the Erebonian Empire. There were many places that drew my interest, but there was one in particular I kept being drawn toward. The one right at the center of this world, rather, of the continent of Zemuria. The Calvard Republic. Amidst the jumble of colors, my silver eyes caught sight of an immeasurable white void. And then, at 14 years old, I bid farewell to my grandmother and left for the Republic, pretending to be the daughter of an Eastern trader. I'd initially intended to stay working behind that facade, but I became interested in film after seeing a certain someone's career take off. What's more, this new friend of mine took it upon herself to send my information to a talent agency without asking. As a result, well, I decided I'd have to fulfill my role in a very different way than I originally planned. But for some reason, I get the feeling that neither Her Holiness nor Rufina or her friend will mind. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still committed to my mission, but... well, I suppose it's simply all part of the goddess's plan.
Hey, Miguel! I'm here with today's rations. It's Grandma's specialty. Stew made from non-fat milk powder. Make sure you eat it slow so you can really savor it, okay?
Oh, thank you. Stew is always a picker-upper. Although it'd be nice if there was a bit of meat in it.
Hey now, don't be picky. You know we normally only do that when everyone goes out and hunts monsters together. Oh, Mrs. Nanai! Here's a change of diapers and some small undergarments for you. There's even a pacifier and a rattle. Dad said they found them while the men were out on one of their expeditions.
Oh, why thank you. Certainly something to be grateful for in times like these. I'll have to give and the others my thanks. Oh, goodness. Oh, there. Looks like someone's awake now.
Peekaboo! Oh, you're a little cutie, aren't you? Let's see. The answer is x minus 2 in parentheses times x plus 7 in parentheses.
Yes, that's correct. My. Looks like we're starting to run out of intermediate level material to cover already. I really wish we had a way to let you move on to high school.
Oh, that's the place we read about in our books, right? It sounds like so much fun. It'd be so nice to chat with my friends, work hard in a club, buy snacks at the student store, and to top it all off, I'd find myself a handsome boyfriend.
Dear me.
Oh, you're back, are you? I'm surprised you didn't end up wandering off on a detour like you usually do.
Wash your hands, and then we could have some dinner. Training the new guys at work really has me spent.
Okay. Also, hi, Dad. Hi, Grandma. It's so good to be home.
I'm out of time. It's been 26 years since I met him. I was still just a girl at the time, but that didn't stop me from telling him how much I'd loved him from the moment I met him. Later, after a very sudden and sorrowful parting, it was our connection that helped us support each other and overcome it. Then once she was born, I truly thought the three of us would always be together. But all children have to leave the nest sometime. That was especially true for a girl like me. Still, it's okay for me to dream a little, isn't it? That I might lend an ear to her teenage problems, worry alongside her, maybe even argue a bit. That I'll be there when she's old enough to bring a boy home. That I'll need to mediate when her hard-headed father doesn't like him. But knowing how much she takes after me, she might just end up going after someone older than her. If so, I can't help but wonder what kind of man he might be. Either way, I'd be sure to bring out some warm apple turnovers and freshly brewed coffee for the three of them. Children grow up so fast.
Looks like you've got a bit more color in your cheeks today. I'm sorry I've been away from home so much because of work. But once the assembly is over, I promise I'll stay with you the whole...
Oh, you don't have to strain yourself, dear. It's been 7 years since you founded the new party, so from this point onward, you've really got to give it your all to stay competitive. After all, you swore that you'd repay Mr. Rocksmith for his kindness, didn't you? In your own way, of course.
Yes, but... well, it feels a bit more like biting the hand that feeds you than repaying a debt. Alphonse would never do something like that. Sometimes I think he'd do my job better. Speaking of which, I need to take him for his walk.
Oh, Agnes already took him. Can you believe she's already 12 years old now? She really is growing up fast. I doubt you'll have to worry about her going through a rebellious phase, but you never know. Puberty is right around the corner. Think you'll be able to handle it, Dad?
Don't say it like that, Sophie. You're going to be right there with us. We're begging you. Don't leave us.
It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I can't very well leave without making my daughter a wedding dress, like my mother did for me. How can I?
Yes. Yes, that's right. Oh, you were so gorgeous in that dress Lilia made for you. Honestly, I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to keep my head on straight when that day comes. But for right now, you just concentrate on getting better.
I lied to him. But I'm sure somewhere deep down, he knows what's going to happen. Especially after how we lost my mother. Whatever he's trying to accomplish by leaving the military for politics, and then leaving the Republican Party after so long to form a new one, I get the feeling that it must have something to do with her. When I think about that, it just makes me remember how terrible I feel for dragging him into our predicament. But thinking that way is probably disrespectful to his feelings, our little girl, and even to myself. That's why I've decided to entrust them with it once I'm gone. My grandfather entrusted my mother with it, and now it's fallen to me. A fate intertwined with that of this world's.
Yep, you're looking a lot better than you were this morning, Mom. I'll bet Dad was really happy when he saw you.
Well, I won't deny that. But what do you say you let your mom in on your love life for a change? What about that one boy? You know, the one who lives near us?
Oh, Mom. Albert's just a friend. He and Odette and I get along really well, but that's it. I don't think I'm really ready for that kind of thing yet. Plus, seeing the way you and Dad are together kind of makes me feel like the bar's set really high.
Well, that's fine, but still, a romance of your own might be something worth looking forward to. You tend to take after me, so I'm sure you're going to start blossoming into a gorgeous young lady pretty soon. Before you know it, you'll be turning everyone's heads without even realizing. My enchantress of a daughter. Yep, I can see it already.
You can? Oh, come on, Mom. You're always teasing me like that. Why don't you save some of that energy to get better, so you can go flirt with Dad? Seriously, though, it's so embarrassing seeing the two of you all over each other at your age.
I'm so sorry. But I promise you, Agnes, I won't give up. I'll get better. So I can have a future together with you and your father.
Mom, you will. You will.
I lied again. I thought maybe I could just give her his diaries, but not like that. I just couldn't bear to. How could I ever be so cruel as to leave something like that to her? To make her wonder and anguish over it. More than anything, I just don't want to see her cry. I put on a tough act, but I may be even more of a softie than Roy is when it comes to her. I should leave them a letter. One written in a way that won't make that poor girl cry any more tears than she already will be. On the other hand, she's so cute when she cries that I almost want to make her do it a bit more. Will the goddess scold me for thinking that? I really wanted to see so much more of you. Right there, next to your father. To see you happy. To see you sad. To see you grow up and know what it is to fall in love. To see all the possibilities that await you. I guess in the end, what I'm really trying to say is, I love you, darling. I love you, Agnes. Please take care of yourselves. And let's all enjoy a nice dinner together again someday.
There's a ton of them. Should I mop them up?
Careful. I sense an incredible aura.
Yes.
But why? On top of that, I'm still bothered by whatever Grammy's up to.
Whatever the truth behind the space program is, it's something we can no longer ignore.
Everything that's going to happen from here on, it's important that you guys learn it on your own.
Yeah. Even if my own brother stands in our way, I need to know now.
Right. And whatever we find out will help Agnes too.
Hey, boss man. You better give her one hell of a talking to once this is all done.
You're damn right I will. But first things first, we gotta have a chat with Mr. President.
There will be no turning back from here. We best be sure we're fully prepared.
You've come, ladies and gentlemen of Arkride Solutions.
With Beauty's blade, the divine blade of silver, and the former Kitty and Roaring Lion in tow at that, it stands to reason that you've defeated both Hercules and Mirabel, having made it this far.
Yeah, we're here to take you up on your invitation. Not just to learn what my part-timer's deal is, but also to expose this overblown project of yours from top to bottom, President Gramhart.
We're finally down to less than 15 minutes before launch! You won't want to look away for even a second, folks!
Citizens of Calvert. No, viewers all across Zemuria. Please join us in witnessing this momentous feat for the ages.
Huh? It's Agnes.
Oh, so it is. And wasn't that Dominique with her?
Why are they heading to the tower now of all times? It's not even supposed to be open today. Otherwise, the observation deck would have been my first choice of where to come clean to you, May.
Hey, Mommy? Maxim?
Say no more, sweetie. Let's go and ask if they'd like to join us.
Right.
Hold on a second! If we do that, we'll miss the launch!
Come on, we gotta hurry! We can't ignore Agnes on her birthday!
Now commencing final sequence. All systems green for Prometheus 4.
Subhatches 1 through 8 on standby. Answerers also on standby. Roger that. Come in, Major Amelia Haring.
Comms will be closed until terminal countdown. May the goddess be with you.
May the goddess be with you! Glory to the Republic!
And hope for Zemuria. Be back soon, Mission Control. Papa?
I told you not to call me. Never mind. Go get him, Amelia.
We now come to you live from the hot springs paradise of Longlai, not far from Zeku Space Base.
As you can see, crowds from all over are here to see for themselves this historic triumph.
Historic triumph. Oh, how much less this would weigh on me if that's all it was.
It's true that this will mark the very first time Zemuria has seen a human make it to outer space.
But there's another, more critical layer that overshadows that accomplishment, isn't there?
Enough to make you scrounge up those dirtbags over there for some extra muscle.
Well, that's a fine how do you do.
Though we can hardly fault the hostility.
Wait! Where'd they come from?
While both did survive the events at Oracion, the authorities ought to have them behind bars.
Oh, curb the shock and awe. Marduk and the presidential office struck a deal on what to do with us is all. And just like that, we were handed off to Marduk.
Though I knew full well it would entail living on in shame, by no means did we have the right to refuse. Ours was an exceptional case made in the name of raising Project Levitin's success rate by a mere 0.03%.
Huh. So that's the story.
Then in essence, you had what amounted to a life sentence in prison, completely commuted. Qasim, is this really how low you're all willing to sink?
Do not judge this from a warrior's perspective, Farida. In this time of heavenly upheaval, we did nothing more than bring together the pieces necessary to guarantee security.
Further, granting special provisions to these two was deemed far more preferable to Gerard Dantes and Melchior. Of course, both are fitted with an insurance policy of sorts, should either attempt to betray or escape us.
Remotely detonated explosive collars?
You actually developed something that gruesome?
I can see why you'd feel the need. Though those looks in their eyes say it won't be necessary.
A rather charitable assumption.
Our necks are in the noose here, Precious. You won't hear a peep from us. So go on. Chat your hearts out.
Real convincing, but fine.
We've got more important topics to get to anyway.
Well, let's have you start from the top. Tell us all about this Project Levitin, Mr. President.
Certainly. I summoned you here to do just that. We do have some luxury of time, courtesy of the Genesis. Whatever questions you have, I'll answer as best I can. But first, let me make clear that I'm no one of significance. Sheena Dirk, Claude Epstein, Latoya Hamilton. Compared to them, or even my wife Sophie and mother-in-law Lilia, I'm just an average soldier who rose to the political stage. But nevertheless, as one who knows the truth of this world, as a citizen of not only Calvert, but Zemuria itself, as a husband, a son-in-law, and above all else, a father, I have a duty to stop the Cradle of Time from continuing to imprison our world as it has.
Our world is imprisoned?
Cradle of Time?
As I thought.
Consider the vestiges and E-factor contamination events that occurred in recent days. They can be thought of as fluctuations that emerged in response to the prospect of the Cradle's destruction. You might even call them aftershocks from the past and future, so to speak, albeit ones incapable of interfering with our designs.
What in the hell are you getting at?
It's just as that apostle. Or rather, as Melchior told us in Anchorville.
That it could all be spun as protecting Zemuria, you mean?
From destruction by entropy, from catastrophes on the scale of the Great Collapse. And this protection is made possible by means of a of a safety device. It's a force more relentless than the sealed space or the vanished mirage, and more absolute than the steel wrought from fire and earth's fateful clash. Yet, there are those who do not believe that to be so. One such person being this country's president, Roy Gramhart. Evidently, his plan is well laid. Even the head of the society is willing to let it run its course, I hear.
Well now, I'm not sure whether to feel honored or ashamed receiving recognition from someone even a terrorist would call deviant. But my, how time flies. To think that this is already 3 years in the making.
More specifically, it was immediately following President Gramhart's electoral victory 3 years ago that Project Leviathan began. Its primary objective, put simply, is the destruction of the entity barring the world of Zemuria from its future. At the time, it was still 1 month prior to the Battle of Jormungand. The plan was shared only with Air Force General Haring and a select few members of the CID. Though initially received with partial skepticism, preparations and inquiries continued in secret behind the war's curtain. From there, be it the truth of what the Institute had disguised as outer space, Marduk's classified data, or intel from the Church, society, and so on, evidence that substantiates the President's hypothesis began steadily amassing.
Said hypothesis is that within that false outer space lies one of the septarians bestowed by the goddess. That the treasure itself is keeping this world we call Zemuria sealed away while influencing the thoughts of those who live here. And last but not least, that it is evaluating this world by unknown criteria. Then rewinding to the start of the same 1200-year cycle.
Bullshit. No way that holds water.
Yet all these factions, from the Church to the Society, they're acting on the premise that this will happen?
Perhaps this is the Church's eschaton and the Society's eternal recurrence, as well as the Heaven's Turn the Sword Hermit mentioned.
Whether it's real is another question, but all those terms definitely seem to be pointing toward the same thing.
Well, Ikaruga's the one working with them. How have you not heard this stuff by now?
Like I said before, even we were only let in on a fraction of the project. But the Heaven's Turn does come up in an Ikarugan folktale. In order to prevent it, we accepted their contract. That's the difference between us and those who know the crux of things like Marduk. And I do mean both of you.
Aptly discerned.
The jig is up, General Manager. Your little voyeurism got caught in the act.
Tut-tut. I prefer to think of myself more as an observer, thank you very much.
Mr. Thorndyke.
Miss Twinings, I trust your temporary assignment is going smoothly. Do feel at liberty to continue it without reservation. Now then, if you will permit me to elaborate. Marduk has indeed been aware of and speculating over this for some time now. I refer, of course, to the spatio-temporal rollback induced by the Septarian of Time, the Grand Reset. To dispel some mystique, our risk management AI was originally devised in aims of forestalling this very event. However, from Liberl to Crossbell to Erebonia, such incidents as the Retributive Tower were followed by accelerated increases in the possibility of its occurrence. Yet, curiously enough, its likelihood seemed to lessen for a time during the Battle of Jormungand against the Empire. ascendancy over Zemuria, and the subjugation of its people under the reign of the Septarian of Steel. Rather ironic that this undesirable aim actually led to the process of rewinding the world, what we call the Grand Reset, being deferred. Incidentally, as has been pointed out, the Church and the Society have been working independently to address this eventuality. However, there are others who you could say have taken preparatory measures of a more concrete persuasion. Professor Epstein, for instance, progenitor of Orbal civilization and creator of the Genesis. As well as his disciple, Professor Latoya Hamilton, who created remarkable substitutes for those same devices. And let us not forget the inaugural Grimcat, Madame Dominique Lanster, or Lilia Claudel, formerly Epstein. Perhaps one might even count President Graham Hart's departed wife Sophie and daughter Agnes among them.
Thank you, Mr. Thorndyke. But I believe that's quite enough supplementary exposition.
Forgive me. It would seem I have overstepped my bounds.
Whether it's the Church, the Society, or Professors Epstein or Hamilton, we understand that their plans to address this crisis are based on the assumption that it's inevitable. But as the President of the Republic of Calvert, the foremost country in Zemuria, I cannot quietly sit and accept that. Having decided that, I went ahead with my own plans, which at this moment are near completion.
If I may interrupt, these plans naturally involve some level of risk, no?
But of course, I have no intention of denying that. Our target is currently in a state of pre-activational dormancy in outer space, far above Calvardian skies. We predict it will react to our attack with some kind of defense mechanism, albeit nothing too much for Major Amelia's assault frame and expertise. Even if it were to launch an assault on the surface, our air fleets and armored aviation division should be up to the task.
Additionally, out of consideration for casualties outside the Republic, we have already notified all other foreign administrations covertly. Marduk's risk management AI assessment currently places the odds at 7-2 in Calvert's, and by extension, the entire human race's favor. A 70% chance of project success against a 20% chance of failure, with the remaining 10% mathematically impossible to determine.
An unseemly shortcoming on our part, leaving even that much room for error is simply disgraceful. I believe a slightly more accurate figure could be derived, however, with some cooperation from the, shall we say, more conscious mayor.
You're the last person I want to hear talking about her like she's some kind of tool.
Still, isn't all that just the picture of arrogance? Even if the scales are slightly tipped our way, you're still betting the fate of all humanity on a high-stakes gamble. What right does the head of a single nation have to make such a far-reaching decision?
Even so, there's not much time remaining. If we do nothing, it appears the reset will still happen in late August of this year.
Precisely when the sun, moon, and Septian planets will be in conjunction. Such is also spoken of in Krugan folklore, though perhaps it was relayed to Hamilton's pupils as well.
Oh yeah, that was in the chants passed down by our people.
So the assignments Gran gave me, Essie, and Yang, they were all in anticipation of this?
That just leaves the question of how you even know about this. My money says it has something to do with Agnes's mom and grandma.
You'd win that wager. Each of them carried out their role as a successor to Professor Epstein's last wishes. Their reasoning for going through with it was noble. But still, I couldn't accept it. Hence why I called Agnes to the capital and kept her in confinement. Though, admittedly, temporarily borrowing the power of her inheritance over there was additional motivation.
While it isn't quite their intended application, they do appear to improve the AI's assessment accuracy. This seems an ideal arrangement for you as well, seeing as it prevents the young lady from using them recklessly.
Renee.
Gotta admit, this all seems way too big for one small-time odd jobber from Edith. Still, I've got 3 bones to pick here. First off, Agnes and the rest of us busted our asses finally getting those Genesees together. You using them after the fact without our say-so doesn't sit right. So we'll just be taking them back.
Yeah! What you're doing isn't any different from the Garden Master!
And having some grand cause, no matter how noble, doesn't earn you a free pass.
Second, Professor Hamilton, Ouroboros, and the Church might be fine playing the waiting game on your plans. But kicking back and letting it slide without cross-checking all the mind-blowers you've dropped ain't the way we roll. And since it sounds like my own baggage is involved, I'm gonna keep on nosing in till I'm good and satisfied.
Same here. I'll find out the facts. Not just about what Grant's thinking, but this too.
As will I, on the Guild's behalf. Particularly when it impacts the future of each and every person on the continent.
That just leaves the third and most important point. We promised Humes a party for today's birthday girl. And that's non-negotiable. I'll really be in for it on the off chance I can't follow her request through. That 4SPG rounds out the list of every reason we need to put a minor delay on your timeline. No biggie though, right? We're talking a manned flight into outer space here. A little setback or two just comes with the uncharted territory.
Rather than losing an opportunity, perhaps you could regard this as a chance to gain collaborators.
Yeah, given your approval rating, smoothing it over with the public would be a cinch.
You truly are an intriguing one, Spriggan, as are all your assistants. Part of me hoped that all these aggressive moves I've made would draw someone out. Someone who had a better way forward.
T-minus 6 minutes until launch, Mr. President. The final phase is on track to begin. Should you wish to order a non-emergency hold, please do so before the countdown reaches 0.
Boy, oh boy. Looks like things are really hitting the fan over there. We've all got jobs to take care of. So if you want to push ours back, it's no skin off my nose.
Mind your words now, Major.
I'm afraid we can't risk letting this chance slip. Kincaid, Marduk Security Division.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Our final contract must be fulfilled.
Oh, luminous flame.
Fully unleashing your namesake Hamsin from the outset, are we? And on more than just himself, it seems.
You really do know how to light a fire in me. And this high-performance blaster should stand in nicely for my needle gun.
You'll forgive us the apparent act of foul play, given our disparity in numbers. After so long away from the battlefield, I aim to savor every seething moment.
You're going down!
We'll surpass my brother, and the rest of you too!
When was it I last faced off against you two? The school sports day that one fall?
Yes. At the final buzzer, we ended up just a few points short.
But this time it's us who are coming out ahead. Renee?
Guess I'll go along for the ride myself. There's no better way to see what lies down the road.
I accept your challenge, Divine Blade of Ruin. With that, prepare to be intercepted.
And with this, I am ending this episode, and I wish you all a good day, and until next time, goodbye.